What's going on, everybody? We back with another show. I know I ain't did a live show in a minute, but I'm back like I ain't never left. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, man. So we're going to talk about your boy AD having a nice little resurgence, and I'm bringing up one of my trusty co-hosts, man, somebody who knows basketball at a very high level. And without further ado, let's go ahead and bring him up. My guy, Sub, 3639 in the building. Sub, what's up, man?
What up, man? What's up with you?
Man, good to see you, bro.
Ain't nothing, man.
Yeah, I got the wrong name on your 3638. 3639.
That's why I put in the back of the chat. I was like, it's 39, brother, not 38.
My bad.
You good, man. You good.
Yeah, I got it. I get it right next time. So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. The subject matter at hand today, and thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all hit the like buttons, get more bodies in here, because we're gonna talk about the re-emergence. Allow me to reintroduce myself of your boy Anthony Davis. And so the peak of what we're speaking about is this stat I saw today. Is it up there? There we go. So the last 8 games, your boy AD is putting up 30.4 points per game, 15.9 rebounds per game, and shooting 60.4 from the field goal range. This is AD we've always been expecting, man. And so I'll yield the floor to you first, man. What is your first reaction to him having an 8-game span like that?
I expected it. I expected him. Let's not forget, AD was thrown in the top 75.
Yes.
Right? AD, you don't just get thrown in the top 75 for nothing. You just don't. Like, I mean, he leapfrogged a lot of people. Dwight Howard, a lot of people. And so the guy, and let's be honest, before he left the New Orleans Pelicans, he was able to take the world champions to, I think, a 5. He actually won a game. They swept LeBron. He actually won a game against them, just with his ability to dominate when he wants to. He can take over a game. He's tall. He can shoot. He's soft, but he's not the guy that's gonna stay in the paint and bang all day. But he doesn't need to in today's game. He's very agile, quick, and he's a shooter. And I think he plays defense. LeBron left, and I think that's what helped him. I think when LeBron left, it was the beginning of the season, Westbrook's coming off the bench. It was him and it was his show. And I think it helped Westbrook, because Westbrook, now we see Westbrook was never the problem, which is what I said. He was a part of the problem, but he was never the problem, because he brings so much off the bench now against second squad players. Is basically giving him a resurgence, if you ask me. So he looking good. And what's his name? Then LeBron came back. LeBron tried to do what LeBron does, and that's get his points, because he is chasing Kareem. He's chasing greatness, chasing a ghost, if you will, of Michael Jordan, which he'll, in my opinion, never catch. But he's chasing it, and they're saying, okay, he's gonna break the record against Milwaukee. And I'm like, how can you say that way in March of next year? I mean, there's no way. You just know for a fact he's gonna play games between now and then. He's gonna hit 30. He's gonna hit 30 this game. You can't assume that.
Yeah.
This guy could have games we hit 22, 24, 27. He might get injured again. So I never have been a fan of just predictively just coming in already off the top preemptively and saying this is what's gonna happen. But Anthony Davis doing what he did, I'm not surprised. He's just not a dominant. I don't think he can be your main guy. That's just my personal opinion. I don't. I think he can be the main guy in New Orleans. He needs some pieces, but if we need him to show up to carry this team to the playoffs, which they got an uphill battle right now trying to make the playoffs, because the teams that are in front of them, they've given up what, 12, 13 games. The teams that are in front of them are not just gonna give up games, man. Nobody's just giving up games like that. So
and check it though, we've been beating up on the Spurs. We got 8 wins. We beat the Spurs 3 times out of 8 games. So if we're being honest, we're beating up on bad teams. And I mean, hey, you got to win the games against bad teams to get to the playoffs. I wholeheartedly acknowledge that. But I do want to go over real quick of what AD's putting up, because what you're saying is correct. So because AD has an alpha game, just a beta mentality, and that can lead to having, not knowing when to take heed and when to acquiesce. And let's go back in history, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hit the like button, man. Let's get some more bodies in here. When the Lakers were at their best is when AD was deferring through. When LeBron was deferring through AD through the year 2020. That's how the Lakers won a championship. I understand that. Would you say so?
It was. Is when he was averaging 11 assists.
Yes. So, and it's kind of like what they're going back to by default, like you're saying, with LeBron been out with injury. AD is like, because AD is kind of like one of those guys. He'll do it if he has to. He's not going to be the guy to throw his weight around the room. So now he had to, he's going back in his bag. I mean, yeah. Now I'm not a big stat guy, just raw stats, but I mean, it does kind of tell the story. This year he's putting up 26, 13, and 3. And I think that, shooting at 57% from the field, this is arguably one of his best years he's had in the NBA. Arguably. And this is what AD has to look like for the Lakers to be successful. Now, again, we're beating up on bad teams, so I'm not going to bring the pom-poms out just yet. But if you look at what he's putting up, and also now something that he needs to pick up that we are struggling at as a unit is his three-point shooting. This year he's shooting with a whopping 24% from three. Can't have that. Can't have that. He averages 30 for his career, to give you context. Last year he shot 18%. So he has to shore that up. But from an 8-game blurb or a sample size, as it were, I do like what I'm seeing. Shout out Yasmin in the building. Good to see you. On the Twitch side, says yo back, bro. So what do you think so far, man, of like team dynamic? Like, where did the Lakers need to go from this point?
I think it's good. I think you're getting a little feedback.
It's a project. You know what I'm saying?
You're getting a little feedback.
Just going forward in your view, so
you're getting a little feedback from your something's playing in the background. Can you hear me?
Okay, I don't know if the audio is not working over there.
No, I think when you go to that ESPN, they got ads.
And I'll inject mine. I see your comment box moving, but I can't hear you speaking.
You can't hear me? Testing.
Y'all in the chat, are you able to hear Sub-Zero? I can't hear you on my end, brother. Maybe you want to drop out and come back in, see if that helps anything.
All right, I'll come out. I'll leave.
Yeah, I still can't hear you, bro. I see you. Yeah, see if you drop back and come back. So with AD, what's going on with the Lakers again? So many interchangeable parts, and one thing I like about AD as well is he's playing defense at a very high level. He's doing good on ball defense. He also does a really good job with help side defense, and that helps the overall team dynamic. All right, so you back in.
Yeah, can you hear me? You hear me now?
Dang, man, it's still mute on my end. I'll tell you what, you hang tight. Y'all let me know in the chat. Can you hear Sub-Zero? Or do you just hear me? Because it does this sometimes on my, I don't know what stream you are.
Yeah, it's funny.
Let me try to exit and come back. Let me be right back. So let's try it again.
All right, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can't hear you at all.
God dang.
Wow. That's crazy. I can't hear you at all, man. I don't know what happened.
Let me call you. I'm going to call
Chad,
you.
I see we 9 strong. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear Sub-Zero speaking.
Testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let us know.
Let me turn my what's the name up and see if I can.
Let me hear. Can you hear me?
So I hear you on YouTube, but I can't hear you on my StreamYard portal.
Oh, okay. What you want to do?
That's crazy. Why is that?
You might have
go
to
ahead and cook sub. Go ahead and share your perspective, and then let me try to figure this audio.
I'm gonna type in the background when I'm done. Let me say this, man. I think Anthony Davis is playing pretty good.
All right, bet.
I think he's been able to really get away with LeBron not being there, so I think that helped him. I just don't know if he has the personality when LeBron James is downhill of the scoring title. They're gonna lose some games because he's gonna focus, and that's the thing. He's gonna focus on scoring. He's not gonna sacrifice his body to play defense. He's not gonna play defense look. I wouldn't expect the guy. Been in the league 20 years. Okay, he's earned the right to kind of not be that guy that he is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's part of it. I'm hit you back, bro. I'm live with somebody. I hate you back. Yeah, but I mean, he's kind of earned that right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really beating LeBron up. The man been in the league 20 years. But I think the game they lost the other day, AD was playing great. He only took 15 shots. I mean, stuff like that can't happen, man. You taking 20-some odd shots, got 22 points, 21 points, something crazy like that. I was like, dude, what you doing? You know, but he kept trying to shoot the deep three. And LeBron's not used to that. He's just, I think Father Time has finally caught up with him. He's just not that guy that he once was to be able to come down and dominate a game, going to the hole. And he don't want to go to the hole no more because that's how he gets these injuries. And so he's smart to want to shoot, but his shot ain't falling, probably because subconsciously your mind, your body will adjust when you shoot if you got an injury. And so he probably had he not had those groin injuries, he was a much better shooter back then.
On the ball, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we good now. We good now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He was a better shooter when he had the groin injuries, before he had the groin injuries, right? Going back to Cleveland, going back to Miami, he was a much better shooter. Once he started getting those, the first injury he got was when Lonzo Ball was there. That first year when he played 65 games that season. That was the season where, you know, he got hurt, but his shot ain't been the same since. He'll heat up, but he'll be cold for months. He'll just be cold. He'll have a game, he come out, hey, LeBron hit 47. He hit a bunch of threes, you know. So I think that's the problem. I think if they don't figure out how to let if Anthony Davis don't figure out, I don't think it's the team's responsibility for you to step up and be the man of the team. You know you're the man of the team. Even when they had LeBron finish, what was it, third for MVP voting, you led in every statistical category. That was 2020. And he was 8th in MVP voting. So he comes in 8th. LeBron has only leads in assists and comes in 3rd. That tells you, and I know we're not falling in love with stats, but that just goes to show you the power that's behind LeBron. And I just watched a movie called Fantasy Football with Omar Hardwick, where he was the guy that played Ghost in Power, and he's playing a football player. He gets older, but he still want to be the man.
Yeah,
you know, it's hard. Like, it's kind of like with Top Gun with Maverick. You know, he said, "Man, I don't know how to be I'm only a pilot. That's all I know how to do." LeBron has only been the man his whole career from the time he ever touched it. He's never been able to step back, and I don't fault him. He's a creature of habit. We all are. And I just think that's what's probably going to hurt him in the long run. I do believe Anthony Davis, if they were to go through him, they would be probably middle of the pack team at best. But they done lost too many games. And this is going to come back to haunt them because they're going to lose they got some real rough games to go, back-to-backs. They got games where they're going to have to really step up. And I don't think they're going to be able to do it defensively. And I think even though they're playing better defense, I don't think the health part is going to hold up. I don't. There's going to be injuries. Like Anthony Davis right now, usually right before Christmas, gets hurt. He's out to All-Star break. That's how it usually works.
Agreed. And I think the Lakers are fortunate to be where they are right now. Because, you know, and again, I put this on wax, man. I said this before the season started. It's not a good basketball team. This team is slow. The team does not play defense, and from head to down is what the problem is. Bringing in Pat Bev was a good gesture because, you know, he has obviously a defensive-minded guy. But as I said in my previous videos, his stature won't allow him to really have an impact like that. And that's what we're kind of seeing right now. You know, that, you know, Pat Bev is kind of a one-act, you know, a one-trick pony. And it's not really –
Yeah, they don't have a third option. They really don't. They got LeBron, and that's it.
This is a small forward league. You can't throw Pat Bev on small forwards and expect to get, you know, elite results, man. He's 6 foot 1 on a good day. You just can't throw him at KD. You can't throw him at Paul George. You can't throw him at, you know what I mean, and Giannis and expect, you know, premium results.
Now he might have 1 or 2 good games.
Yeah, he will for sure.
But I think I'm gonna tell you what I figured out about Pat Bev. Pat Bev figures out certain players. Like when Pat Bev go against LeBron, he plays great. But he knows he knows what he want to do. But when you got a guy like KD, you remember back when he was in the Clippers and he went up against Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, when he was like, hey, I'm Kevin Durant. He had one game where he kind of gave Kevin Durant a little trouble. KD's like, hey, man, I'm Kevin Durant. And then he came out there and he showed he was Kevin Durant. And it was like, that's what I'm saying. Patrick Beverley's a great addition in that he brings a certain level of the attitude to the locker room, which is important. But when I say third option, I know Russell, first person would say, well, Russell Westbrook is that third option. Russell Westbrook is now coming off the bench. So when I say third option, I'm talking about the Bosch. I'm talking about, as much as people talked about this guy, what's the guy that pushed LeBron? What's his name?
Kuzma.
Yeah, Kuz. That guy was a great third option. He was on a bad year, he'll give you 15. And that's saying something on a team where everybody's jacking up all the shots. And he's getting just, he might get 8 shots. He's getting 15. But he's doing pretty good. So I just don't see, Kevin Love consistently was able to get 20 and 10 and keep people off his ass.
Contrary to my belief,
yeah,
like he just chopped liver.
No, man, that man was 26 and 14 before he came to.
Yeah.
Hey, what they talking about? That man was killing.
Chopped liver. And shout out to D-Lob in the building, man. Good to see D-Lob and Rap God as well. Say Giannis is the most difficult matchup. Yeah, so I don't know what the Lakers got for like top tier talent, because right now what I see amongst the fold is a lot of chest beating, but beating bad teams. And listen, I'm happy to win the games. Don't get it twisted, but I have championship aspirations for the organization, not this team. To me, this team stinks. But if I'm going to evaluate the Lakers, I'm going to hold them to championship standards. I'm not going to hold them to like, oh, we made the playoffs.
Can I drop a bomb?
Huh?
I'm going to drop a bomb for you.
Go ahead.
Now that he's playing well, trade Anthony Davis.
Hey,
LeBron's about to go. LeBron's about to go. Anthony Davis has shown he is not the leader of that. He's not going to do it, man. But he's playing well. Right now, he has his highest market value. You could really get some pieces for Anthony Davis right now.
Westbrook too. Westbrook too. He's playing himself into value.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Westbrook's gone this year, so it don't matter. But that's what I'm saying. Unless somebody's going to play him for the rest of the year. But is it worth it for $44 million? You know what I'm saying? But Anthony Davis, I mean, he's a viable option, man. You can really take this guy. He wants to go to Chicago anyway. He's from Chicago. So if you put him in Chicago, that's the piece DeMar DeRozan's missing, because he's a clutch guy. He will play in clutch moments. He just needs a couple pieces. Anthony Davis added to DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, I think they can make a deep run into the playoffs.
Give us Zoback and give us some picks and give us Kobe White, and then one more throw in.
Yeah, now you got you some first round picks again, and you didn't just give up your future. You lucked up and got Kuzma. Yep. I mean, he was like 22nd pick. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You get that.
Picks. We have no picks. We need picks.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Anthony Davis can get you. You could probably, to be honest with you, you could go get another marquee player for Anthony Davis and probably a couple of draft picks with it. That's how good he's playing right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's playing top 5 ball right now. But it's weak teams. Now, if he mess around and tweak his ankle again, or he fall and get hurt like he always do, you're back where you started. This is a glimmer of hope for the Lakers to save their future. Trade him.
Thank you. You got to strike, man. And that's always been my mentality with how things are going. Like, I mean, like when life give you lemons, man, make lemonade. I know it's not salvageable for this year, in my opinion. Shout out to we 17 deep. Thank y'all for being in. Y'all hit the like button. Shout out to my guy Zen Master in the building, man. Y'all go follow him, man. He has great content. He breaks things down for them bum ass Portland Trailblazers. so shout out to Zen, man. Good dude right there. But I want to add also, let me get the housekeeping right. So guys, every stream, I try to have a goal. I know I haven't did a live stream in a minute because I've been kind of busy. But I'm asking 3 contributions per stream. I'm giving you good hoop talk. I got my guy Sub, former professional basketball player, former Tuskegee University basketball player. So I bring up guys who know what they're speaking about. So I hope y'all appreciate that. So if y'all do, my contribution goal, it doesn't matter what you contribute. My goal is 3 today. So I want to set the room properly with that. Zen says blazing gay. Yeah, good luck with that. But so to bring it back what we're speaking about, I think so. I said this at the beginning of the year. I wish we would trade all 3 guys. Now I know at the time Russell Westbrook had no value. How do we know that? Because everybody kept balking on deals, and Russell Westbrook's a former MVP, and you got to do all this maneuvering, it shows you have no value. Now he's playing himself into value being a sixth man. I do like that. LeBron, I mean, it's LeBron. You'll always get something for LeBron, but AD was the kind of the undefined, the X, as it were. You didn't know exactly what his value was, but now, as I just shown, the streak he's on, he's playing himself into value. And listen, conventional thinking says you keep him and build around him. But my only problem is just like, Sub.
You can't go 4 years playing like and doing what he's did and showing that you can be second fiddle, showing up to camp out of shape, and then turn around and build on that. No, he got to go. I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, I like him as a player. I think he is a top 5 guy. I think when he's at his best,
the talent, yes, absolutely.
When he plays his game, he is top 5 in the NBA. That being said, he's been too inconsistent.
Absolutely.
He's played the second fiddle too many times. He was too willing, too excited to come and be Robin instead of Batman. He was excited.
Excited.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
A real dog. I'm the man. Shoot, I played this team better than LeBron did. That's what a guy would think. I played this team better than LeBron did when they swept him. I actually played him better. Now we got Zion Williamson, and you still want it out.
Yeah.
So for that has to count against you. That shows me right there, you're not cut, you're not built from that cloth for Kobe and all the greats. So at the end of the day, the great Lakers, you're not Magic. You're not those guys. So are we gonna build around a guy who will snap his ankle and sit out? Last season, let's not forget, he hurt his ankle. He sat out so long that Antoine Walker, who's from Chicago, that know him, his homeboy was like, man, he milking that injury. He said it. You milking it, man. Come on, man. A sprung ankle. Come on, dude. You're a baller. You sprain your ankle. What they tell you to do?
Tighten that bad boy up and get your ass back out there.
Keep playing, and it won't swell that night, right? That's how it works. But if you take the shoe off, that's it. You're done for about a couple of days.
And let me interject real quick. And shout out to Bill Green starting off the Cash App hit up, man. Thank you for $15 contribution. You know what that gets you over here. Dollar bill, take it away. Money, yeah. Money, yeah. Appreciate that contribution to the channel, man. I really, really do. And so Brother Amari Juma says, I hear what y'all are saying. In reality, we know AD isn't getting traded, though. As a Lakers fan, we should focus on trades that are possible and practical right now. And I'm with you. I expect, I don't have no championship aspirations for this team. I think this team is a bad built team, kind of like that girl at the club with the, yeah, I ain't gonna go there. Because I was about to drive that point home real good, but I don't want to get in trouble. But you know what bad build look like, right? So this is what this team is. It's like it has some attributes in there. You got the names. You got Russell Westbrook. You got Lonnie Walker IV. You got AD, obviously. You got names, Kendrick Nunn, but the talent does not fit together. And what we're seeing right now is that is contributing to this team just being up and down, up and down. Again, we got 8 wins, 12 losses, but 3 wins came against the Spurs, man. The Spurs are just to give context, they're in the sweepstakes for Victor Wembanyama. Them and the Rockets are like 1 and 2 down at the bottom of the West, to give you fair context of what's going on. So pardon me if I don't beat my chest about what we're doing right now.
They actually had an easy schedule and lost. They just had easy games, lost some to Sacramento. I mean, they just lost easy games. I expected them to lose to Golden State opening night. But the rest of it, a lot of those games, I was like, bro, they was like 12, 10 and 2 or something crazy, 2 and 10 or something. I was like, wow. So if they're going to trade the players that they need to trade, I was saying for the future of this franchise, if you are a true Lakers fan, you want this guy traded. I think, this is my personal opinion, I would not take, come on, man. I don't think Anthony Davis is going to make it to June healthy. I don't. He's just shown he can't do that. So if I'm being fair, the brother's saying, well, they're not going to trade him. I don't see why can't they trade? What makes him, because you said you agree, what makes him untradeable? I mean, if we're talking about the franchise but I'm going to tell you what I think, and this is where I might agree with you guys. I think people are scared of Clutch Sports. I think this team is scared to get on the bad side of Clutch Sports, and so they don't want to piss off and trade Anthony Davis. Because if you trade Anthony Davis, even though it may be some good future pieces, it won't be enough to make, you know what I'm saying? And they still gonna lose anyway. It doesn't matter. But they'll probably be a little bit more presentable. But if you want to get some pieces that's there for the future, like, you know what I'm saying, is a couple of draft picks, maybe you can get you a lottery pick for them right now. That actually will help.
Absolutely, because we have no picks. So at some point,
okay, let's say you don't trade him, you keep him. All right. Well, okay, LeBron finna go. His son finna be in the league. Well, okay, LeBron finna be gone. Okay, Westbrook's gonna be gone. But you ain't got no draft picks. You need to have draft. You need something to work with.
Agreed.
Or you're gonna have to be paying. You'll have a salary space. Now I ain't gonna lie. LA is a desirable location. I don't know what it is about LA, but people love to play in that city. And if you got the salary cap space, I think they probably will be able to bring a marquee player, a couple of marquee players to play aside Anthony Davis. That might be the future.
No damn Timothy Miles and Lou Alding no more, because that was kind of what we was up against, post Kobe era. So
I mean, who you see on the horizon even coming up in free agency that if LeBron leaves, that they would even consider that? Maybe your boy from Philly.
Who that?
Embiid.
Oh, I think it's James Harden. I'm like, absolutely not.
Oh,
yeah, I'm good with Embiid. Drawing him.
I think Embiid. I don't think he really want to be there. I don't.
Yeah.
I think he'll leave. I can't really name too many other guys. Now I ain't gonna lie, Giannis can come to LA.
Yeah, I doubt he gonna leave. I think he likes that.
He seems like he loyal. Yeah, he loyal.
Yeah, he's a loyal cat for sure.
Let me tell you now, a guy that would probably he wants to be considered in that pantheon of greats. Go play in LA. Win a chip in LA. And where you the man, you the finals MVP. He already won my respect because, like I said, his championship is worth 3 of these super team championships because he did it without that. They were a super team. I don't want to start that shit again. But
closeout game, he had 50 and like 20 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think that guy that was a super team. Super team. When we say super, we talk about marquee guys like James Worthy. When I'm old enough to remember, James Worthy was a dog. Like Kareem, come on, and Magic, right? Magic. We talk about the Celtics. You could say that was a super team, but those were looking who you got. Robert Parrish, you got these guys, and they were doing pretty good. Bird, they had a bunch of great players. But like I said, I ain't trying to get into that debate again. But I think Giannis' championship, staying in his home, the team where he got drafted, averaging 9 points to going and doing what we just talked about. I got to give him props for that. Now, if he were to do that same thing in LA, it'd be one of my all-time favorite top 10 players. Just because in an era of jumping teams and getting super teams and getting all the top 5 guys on one team, which is what they're trying to do. If he was to just say, screw it, I'm going to play right here and I'm going to win with what I got. I respect that. That's like if Damian Lillard won a championship this year. I'd be like, damn, you got that. That championship would be worth more than what Steph did last year to me. Because look at what Dame got. I mean, if he go win a chip now,
I agree with that.
If he go win a chip now, it's like, man, that was a feat to behold.
I agree with that. Yeah, all championships are not equal. And shout out to D-Live, he says, I love a good Giannis AD showdown. Looking forward to the game. Giannis is the dog and shows up wanting to prove he's the best. We'll see what AD does. I agree with that. I mean, Giannis is a different breed, man. Giannis is the kind of dude, he's like, I don't want to work out with you. I don't want to do none of that stuff. We all going to show up and we're going to see who the best. And I think that's at a premium these days because everybody wants to link up. Everybody wants to work out together in the summer. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with that per se. But the basketball peers in me, I got a little bit of a problem with that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, and not to keep dumping on LeBron James, but he kind of started that to make it like so kosher to like be with your enemy, quote unquote. Whereas other guys kind of took more of that stoic route, or if they did it, they didn't promote it. I know some people like, well, Jordan worked out with Barkley. Yeah, but they didn't revel in that shit. It just was like kind of, circumstantial. Just like all the hoopers go to UCLA during the summer and go hoop. Like that was a thing. But it's like you didn't really promote that like that. The stories came out like way after. So I kind of like that more stoic approach about that because it just promotes more competition in my opinion.
Look, I'd rather see a team with a guy that's a dog, and then a guy averaging like 15 to 17, 18 a game. And then role players, and that's cool. That's basically what he had. He had your boy who was the honorable mention guy, not a scrub. Drew Holiday, the way he played, he was more of a role player. He was not, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. These guys, they asking me something at work. Hold on, let me just tell them I will.
Real shit though. Yeah, Jordan was trying to do some Machiavellian stuff to you. Great point, D-Law. And shout out to SKC, man. Listening and working, do your thing, AJ. Appreciate you, man. So while Sub is getting his answer, again, our contribution goal is 3. So far, our show sponsor, Bill Green, has stepped up with a $15 contribution. Thank you so much, sir. So far, you are the sponsor of the show. So 3 is all I'm asking.
That's me, brother.
Oh, all right. So if you the curator,
I'm the host, and I'm getting you, man. I'm looking out. Damn it!
Not only am I the client, I'm also the
player president, baby.
Appreciate that, bro.
All
right, yeah. So you go ahead, keep rocking, man.
No, I like I said, man. I think right now we're at a precipice with this team right now where they got decisions to make. I personally hate to be the guy that says I told you so. I think Anthony Davis has shown historically that he doesn't really take care of himself, and he not going to last a full season. So I think this is a good thing, but it could be a flash in the pan. We'll see.
Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of, because AD as a Laker, him being healthy has just been, the back of all our minds for the reason. Because it's like once he gets going, then he gets hurt, and he tweaks something, and he starts playing soft. And like I always say, he loves to hang in that left corner. And I think that AD, what I like what they're doing right now is doing a lot of high screen action, and they get him to roll, and he's starting to attack the basket because he's long as hell. He's only 6'10", but his wingspan was like 7'3" or something to that effect. Like,
yeah, and that was when he was coming out, man. That boy was still growing. He probably said he over 7 feet now, probably.
Yeah, man. Fair enough. So AD has like those limbs that it can just disrupt and create, opportunity. And you got to get him active. Like, you can't let him just sit in the corner and let him just chill and think that that's going to, lead to effective play, because it's not. It's not. So we got 2 contributions, man. First off, let me give a shout out to my guy, DJ Raw Truth, in the building with the $5 contribution. Thank you, sir. You know what that gets you over here. Dollar Bill, take it away. Money, yeah. Money, yeah. We also got a Cash App contribution for my guy, SKC. Now, this ain't a swag post, but I'm going to give you a swag shout out for that contribution, man. So since you're on the Cash App, where we at? Appreciate you.
Who is swag, baby?
Who is swag, baby? Shout out to Coach Brown, man. Appreciate you, SKC, for the contribution, sir. All right, so we back on it. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, SKC. In Free Zone Lou in the building says, salute Hoop and Sub, man. Salute to the chat, absolutely. Dante SA too. Yeah, exactly. And that's my point I was making. I just, it's hard for me to trust AD, because every time he gets going, then there's this little tweak. Because, and I think I'm not one of them guys that blames him. I just think he's built so brittle. He has a very wispy body type, and it's not made for contact. And it's why you see every time he's in a collision, man, he's grabbing something. He's wincing through something. And that's just who AD is. And as you know, he had that crazy growth spurt going from 6'3" to 6'10", like in the summer. Maybe the bones ain't healed properly or something, man. That's a big jump. And it kind of just is tantamount of why he's always getting to these small little tweaks, and it just debilitates him so much, man. So it's just hard to kind of hitch my wagon all the way to what he's doing. All right, I think
so. I'm up here. I'm here, brother. I'm just multitasking.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's hard for me to trust AD, because his body it keeps giving up on him, and I'm not.
I think that's the thing. But when you own with Clutch Sports like he is, he's not. I think the brother that made it come in a minute ago is actually right. I think people are afraid to trade him, given LeBron James would probably be very upset if they did. He'd probably go to Twitter and say something
passive
This
aggressively.
is the thing. This is the thing. I don't think LeBron. I think he's kind of tone deaf a bit, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Agreed.
I think he's tone deaf because he doesn't understand. People don't look at him like he thinks he's a certain guy that he's not.
You think he's magnanimous?
Yeah, he thinks everybody loves him, and like, nah, some dudes in the NBA don't really rock with you like that. So I think, and then on top of that, it's LA. I mean, it's the lore of LA alone. I think they could trade Anthony Davis, and even if LeBron is upset, even if Clutch Sports is upset, it's enough people in the league right now that are actual, people from different other sports agencies that can come out here and like, look, man, we can get you over in LA. We can get, and I think they'll do it, man. I think they got a good shot at doing that. And so I think the Lakers need to make that move. That's just my personal opinion. But like I said, I do think the power of Clutch Sports is undeniable.
Yeah. Well, I got a chance to I got to hang with LeVar Ball last year. He came into when I went to the house, he was talking about how when Clutch came over, signed his boys over to the agency and stuff, and how he, treated them to breakfast, same way he did meeting ball facts and shit like that. Like they have their tentacles over everything. So I think the boys were signed to CSA agency before that, and then Clutch came in and scooped up all three boys. And this is what they do, man. They go and scoop everybody. Draymond Green is supposed to be this hated rival of LeBron James, right? Clutch go scoop him up.
I mean, look, I'm gonna give the guys credit. I think Clutch Sports has done a good job of getting their guys paid.
They're doing an excellent job of getting their guys paid.
I can't hate now. I don't like LeBron James. I don't like the manipulation. I don't like the fact that they hold teams hostage. Like last year, I think, who was it? Magic said, Shaq said, if they trade LeBron, nobody ever play for them. I'm like, man, hold on, bro. Hold on. You're not bigger than the Lakers. LeBron's not bigger than the Lakers. Now,
No.
that's literally what Shaq literally threatened. That was a threat from Clutch Sports. They just used Shaq to do it. Exactly. Like, ain't no way in the world you can sit up here and tell me there ain't nobody finna play for the Lakers. The reason you are proud of your 3 championships in the Lakers is because of the history that was there. You don't just throw that away. You're not gonna throw away that type of, just like Celtic pride. Certain things just don't get thrown away.
Yeah.
History tells us that this team is gonna be okay in the long run.
Yeah.
But right now, I think they're gonna have a couple of Sedale 3 seasons. They just gonna have to.
Not the Sedale 3.
Yeah, y'all remember Sedale 3.
The original 23 for the Lakers.
Exactly. Cedric Ceballos and all of them. They're gonna have a couple of Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones seasons. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because at least we were building towards something. So right now, I think we are going down like on some Titanic shit. We're going down with a ship that was overblown, off rip. When Russell Westbrook came in and said that he's not concerned about his legacy, he don't have to win here, I knew we were done. Because that's not the Laker brand, like you said, Celtic pride. You don't come to the Celtics just to be hooping. You come there to defend. Well, I know they're not in Boston Garden anymore. TD Waterhouse, I believe the name of the stadium now, but the ghost of Larry Bird is still there. The ghost of Robert Parrish is still there. Like, you don't go there just to be hooping. You go there to win. And
bro, that's like saying you're going to Alabama and you ain't trying to win, bro.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
No, that's not going to fly. You can't go to Duke and say, oh, I'm just enjoying my time on campus. No, you go to Duke to win. That's it. That's the standard. So Lakers is no different. So I hold these dudes to the Lakers standard, man. I'm sorry. Like, they can't come in and just be saying anything and get my support. Again, I live
bro.
away from
the hate. Look, listen. I think this is what I think. I think the hate that LeBron has built up in this league from other players is going to explode when he retires. That's what I honestly believe. I think.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said I think that the Lakers, not the Lakers, but LeBron James has a lot of people that don't like him, and I think that when he retires, it's gonna come out.
Yeah, they'll be not afraid of the iron veil that is Clutch Sports, and then start.
Yeah, and I think that's when people gonna start telling the truth. And I think he has the benefit of Clutch Sports right now, but I don't think Clutch Sports gonna be around forever. I don't think they're just gonna be dominating forever. Somebody's gonna come along. It's gonna be some new golden boy, And because other players gonna be like, well, why can't I start my own agency and start control? Because they looking at what he's doing. Like, shoot, we can do the same thing. That's what people gonna do. You just the first. Just like he was the first. He wasn't the first because the Boston Celtics was not technically built, and they were on like these guys were in their 30s. So once you get in your 30s, it's different. That's like if Westbrook go team up with somebody right now. So I don't look at that the same as I do as a guy who's number 2 in the league, a guy who's number 3 in the league. Hey, let's join forces with a guy that's number 12, and let's create a super team, which is what they did. Which is why they said not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. That's why he said that, because he knew, and we all knew when they had that event that, man, we ain't seen nothing like this. This is gonna be crazy.
Agreed.
But that's the thing. It's like he started that, and so when KD did it, everybody got mad. But I was like, KD said, hey, man, you guys don't want to compete when he went there the first time. He went on Twitter and said it. People don't want to compete. He's right.
But he had to conform because he saw the landscape. He started reading the tea leaves. Like, okay, I'm going to be this loyal dude with no championships. I better conform and get down with the program because at the end of the day, they're going to judge me on did you win championships. So very shrewd move by KD. And I always tell people, like, it's the same thing to me. It's just that people like LeBron James more than Kevin Durant. You can say it's personality driven. You can say it's, contrived or whatever, but people like LeBron James generally more than Kevin Durant. And that's why they wouldn't give him the same pass, because I still see the same people having no problem with none of the moves that LeBron has, but when other people do similar, then it's all, well, you running from competition. But when it's LeBron, no, it's not. It's just, well, he just exercises.
I mean, he's benefited from Clutch Sports. Clutch Sports has done, that was the smartest move he ever did, was create Clutch Sports. Because up until that point, remember when he went to Miami, the way he did that with, I think I'm taking my talents to South Beach, that hurt him.
Yeah.
And that hurt his feelings. He doesn't like to be, he's a people pleaser. He doesn't like to be not liked.
Agreed.
So he tries to be liked by everybody. So he got to Miami. They roasted him when he went and had the 2011 situation where he went from averaging like 25 points a game down to like 13 or something crazy like that. In the finals, he just froze, and everybody was like, what happened to LeBron? And so from that point on, he was like, man, we got to do something about it. And when Clutch Sports comes along, and he wins the championships, he's the MVP. His best season was 2013, don't care what nobody say. And then they were about to lose. Even during his best season, they was about to lose. And then Ray Allen saved the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been lucky. He's been a guy that's been very lucky. Now, this guy, take in mind, I'm talking about a top 10 to top 5 great all time. I'm not taking anything away, and I'm not taking anything away from LeBron. But I'm just saying that has been the situation. That is the backdrop through which Anthony Davis is sitting right now on that team. That's what he's up against. So because you signed with Clutch Sports, that's why he ain't getting traded. That's really what the force is. Because Anthony Davis loves LA, doesn't want to leave. These guys want to party, man. Listen, these guys want to party. They want to chase all these women. They want to have fun in LA. They love the weather. And it's La La Land. All the celebrities. It's sunset. It's Pacific Coast Highway. It's all that beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's lovely out here. I agree.
Yeah. Route 56. My brother used to live in Irvine, man. He took me out there. We went to Newport Beach, rode along the mountains. I'm looking out over the ocean, and to the right, I see people's their houses. I was like, man.
Oh, yeah. It's nasty out here.
That's what I was saying. That was the
shout out between game sports and
business. That was the time I said, okay, I see why guys want to be there. So I don't think Anthony Davis want to leave. Now, if they trade him back to Chicago, he's going to be highly pissed. They getting 6-7 feet of snow sometimes. He really don't want to be there. So that's going to be the problem.
It's special. People ask me all the time, me being, more of a conservative leaning brother, like, why do I live in California? Because it's beautiful out here. It just is. It don't matter where you at. I live in Monrovia, which is by the mountains. Like, I look outside and look like, a scene out of a movie. It's beautiful. Like, I like to wake up to this because living, from the South, you look at flat. Like, it's nothing really to look at when you look outside. You know what I mean? Here it is. It's just something I never experienced in my life, and I do like to watch that. It has a nice, serene feel to it that it's hard to explain. Beach access 30 minutes away, no matter what beach you hit up. Or if you go in the OC area, you get Laguna Beach, which is gorgeous. That's stuff you don't have access to back home.
Yeah, I flew into John Wayne Airport and hung out over there in Huntington,
Yeah.
Newport. We played basketball over there on the beach. Yeah, I
It's
love
like nothing else. It's like nothing else.
And I ain't never played over by no beach like that. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like it's unfathomable. Like for that reality. Like so, even if you go to Santa Monica to go to Venice Beach courts, where you know the world famous Venice Beach courts, if y'all watch the movie American History X, that was taking place right there in that little area right there. It's like it's crazy because it's like you see part of history from a film standpoint right there at your disposal, and it's hard to explain. You can't replicate that anywhere. But I want to tackle SKC question. He says, just wondering, you guys know better than I, but AD is playing around 250. Should he slim down like Tim Duncan did, playing around 235? I'll tackle that first. I think so, because I think that experiment of trying to make AD a 5, I think we know that he doesn't want to do that. I think we should stop trying to force him to do it. I think we know that AD wants to be a rim running 4 stretch interior guy. Like that's what he wants. He wants spot duty inside, but he prefers to float outside. AD's about to be 30 years old. The likelihood of changing somebody's game this late in the game, being this talented, is very low. So, yeah, I think around 235 is better, just him being more mobile, run that court with more fluidity. So I think maybe that should be a viable thing to explore. What do you think, sir?
I think it should be. I think he's like a gazelle that's been given. You take a gazelle and try to make him into a rhinoceros.
I like that analogy.
You know what I'm saying? Like he moves, he needs to be agile, quick, and move. His best years were in New Orleans, and he was balling, man. I mean, he was a dog. There were years he was up for it that people was talking MVP for Anthony Davis. So I don't see him as a guy that's gonna be banging. He needs to bang more than he does, but his game is stepping out, man. That's what he do. I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't even see him as a center. You know what I'm saying? So, but they better be careful because with him playing at that weight, he probably gonna mess around and tweak something.
Yeah, he's a little heavy. He does look a little less spry, and I don't love that for his build. Because I'm the kind of guy I like throwback bigs. I just do.
And another thing he does too that you got to understand, he fades late in games. Maybe that has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You can fade when you two. I played ball at 185, 190. I got to 205, and it's just different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still can do things, but it's different, man. You're not the same guy, you know. And so you got to take that little 10, 15 pounds will make a big difference.
I fortunately played at a low weight my whole playing career. I'm 6'7". When I was playing max 215, maybe 220, but 215 is probably the most I ever weighed playing. Yeah. So I didn't really have that problem. Mostly like my early college, I was like 190, 195. So which is kind of funny being so tall, but it didn't really affect me like that. But now I'm 240. When I do go out there and play, I definitely feel the 240 run up that court.
Yeah, you feel it, man. Banging with people. And look, it's fun, but yeah, I don't even play ball in my box. So I left it alone for that exact reason. You know, even though I'm down now, but it doesn't matter. I still don't. The joint, once you stop, that's it. They set a certain way. You can't run up and down that court no more. I can't.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And y'all hit that like button, man. Again, we are 16 deep in here, so thank y'all for being a part of the hoop jogging experience.
Now you know it's my birthday weekend, but I'm giving you time. My lady,
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate.
My lady looking at me sideways, like, look here, man. We got reservations, so I'm trying to. But I know I had went live on my channel. I was like, I got to show Hoop some love, man. That's my boy.
Appreciate that, man.
Shout out to Hoop. You know what I'm saying? You just had your birthday. I knew that's why I fuck with you, because I see this nigga, he born around my time. That's why. I always get along with cats like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think you a Scorpio though, but you know, can't hold everything. You can't be a seven. Can't be one of us. You know, one of the greats. One of the greats. You know, but it is what it is. But like I said, I enjoyed coming on the channel talking ball. We're gonna do some more lives. I'm gonna have you on my channel. Okay. You know, I like to talk about controversial subjects. You know, I was just live talking about the situation with the with the thing that they made people take? Are they gonna lose their jobs if they didn't take it? And how it's killing people and then
the jab.
Yeah, there's stuff that there's a documentary going around, man. You need to watch it, bro. People are really starting to wake up to what's going on out here. So
yeah, you know,
that brother that in the NBA that got mandated to take it and couldn't play. Whatever happened to him?
I'm not sure.
Atlanta Hawks. It was a guy for the Atlanta Hawks. Took the shot and he had clots.
Dang.
And his blood was clogging real bad.
Dang.
So I want you to go to my documentary and check it out, bro. It's not my documentary, but it's on my channel. It's called Died Suddenly. And just go check it out. You'll see what's going on with this, man. And I know people don't want to hear that, but because we all got family that took it, you know, but
I'll be honest, I took it, and I said it when they did it. I was like, I'm doing this under protest because my job was making me. And then out here in LA at the time,
do you understand what the legal ramifications, the financial ramifications of the economy, if it is found out that what's in that documentary is true, which I believe it wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
if that is true, and they force people to get it anyway, they liable. This is gonna destroy the American economy. This is gonna destroy everything. So I ain't want to get too serious, but
hey, I mean, again, I took it. I said I'm doing this under protest, and my mom actually was kind of one of the catalysts to make me do it, and then my job. But I said it as they did. I was like, I'm doing this under protest.
Hey, you should have hollered at me, bro. I would have got you some paperwork. Said you did it. I got paperwork saying I took it. You know?
I should have did.
I got it.
It was under protest.
But I did the religious exemption all the way up, and then in November the Supreme Court saved me. But up until that point, I said, well, if I have to, I'm gonna give them this little card they gave me, this vax card. But I ain't taking that. But it looked like I did.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but I did it to shut my mama up and to shut my job up. And again, I said I'm doing this under protest. I said that verbally as they did it. But I mean, It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, if I croak,
well, maybe you don't want to watch it then because it'll have you a little.
I'm not afraid about that because I know that it is what it is. I can't put it no other way. But so on a lighter note though, I appreciate you coming through. So,
oh yeah,
I think that this is a great thing to kind of delve into because the Lakers are such a nuanced topic, and there's so many different caveats about this team, and it's real easy to put a nice little broad label on this team, but when you really have to peer into what this team is made of and to see the little idiosyncrasies of the team as far as team makeup and things of that nature to really know what this is. And so I thought it was interesting that AD is having a surge out of nowhere because AD was kind of the paint as being the quote unquote soft one of the bunch. So it was very interesting to see him have this upswell. And as you stated out, is because of it started with LeBron James' absence. So maybe he needs more this time. I don't know. I can't call it, but it is to be noted that.
Well, I think we don't have enough sample size with them both on the court with this permutation of Anthony Davis. So we don't know what's really going to happen. Is he going to continue to be able to play like that and let LeBron still can get his 30? I don't know. It's very hard. Athletic, young, spry LeBron could get his 30 and still they win it. But he needs the game to come to him a little bit more now. It's not so AD gonna probably have to take about 15, 16 shots and be able to get 30 a game. And if he have a night where he off, they gonna blame him. Oh, AD disappeared. What happened to him? You know, so it's just gonna be more of the same, man. You know, look, man, we've been saying this when LeBron was in Cleveland. We've been saying this when you play with this brother, you have to sacrifice certain things, man. Mm-hmm. It's just how it works. Even at this advanced stage, he's not going to step back. This guy's trying to catch Kareem. He mess around and snap his hamstring. He snap his hamstring. That's going to be like if LeBron James snaps his hamstring, it's going to be like, you know, you with a girl, you're getting the foreplay, you thinking you about to get the draw, and then all of a sudden she say, nope. And you just sitting there, your balls hurting. Like, come on, man. That's what everybody's waiting on. They want him to break this record. They finna have a LeBron orgasm. But the problem is if he mess around and get hurt seriously, like he snap his hamstring or something, he gonna come back. But because that's just how he is. He gonna come back. But that's what I'm saying. You know, this guy right now at this point, in order to slow him down, it's going to take an injury because he's going to keep shooting the ball, which means this team is probably going to be near the bottom of the West. Unless LeBron goes back to going down to like 18 a game, which is what he really needs to be. He should be making about 18 points a game. That's really what he should be doing.
Shooting 5 threes a game, not 10.
Yeah. I mean, you shoot more threes than most teams did in the 90s.
That's crazy.
One guy.
That's crazy.
You know.
Every time I look at him and see him shoot 9, 10 threes, I just cringe. I know it does not lead to good basketball because that's not his game, and I hate it.
But I'm gonna tell you what's funny now. LeBron hit a 3 early. He kind of like I was. If I hit a 3 early, I'm hot.
He thought you had to cook it.
But if he missing, he doesn't know how to do. I ain't gonna say he doesn't know how to. He just doesn't choose to do other things. Then the shot will come in, hit the 12-footer, bank you one off the glass. Hit the 15-footer. Then shoot the 3.
Play defense and get something off transition.
I mean, now you asking a lot to play defense. What do I think of Schroeder? I think Schroeder. I hate that situation I hate it for the brother. I mean, this brother was offered what, $100 million, $90 million by the Lakers. Turned it down.
Yeah, 80. He turned down 80.
So he turned down $80 million and like $16 million a year for 5 years. He was averaging 15 points a game. He goes and was done there out the league after that. And then what did Magic say? Magic threw him under the bus. He's not Laker material. Well, he's Laker material now. He's not Laker material. Why? Because he turned down that contract and they were mad about it. He thought he was worth more. Sometimes, man, this is what I see with quarterbacks in NFL. Like Lamar Jackson right now. Quit going for the money, man. That extra $4 or $5 million a year ain't gonna make much of a difference in your lifestyle. If you could get a locked-in contract and somebody, like if I'm a quarterback, they're saying, hey man, we're gonna give you $33 million. Sold. You're like, no, man, I can get 40. I'm like, that extra $7 million and you playing with a franchise tag, you might get hurt. You get hurt, you didn't lock in your future. That's what Scottie Pippen did. He just locked in for a small, ridiculously low number. Right? But you're not taking a 10-year contract like Pippen did. Pippen took a ridiculously long contract. Had he did that and locked himself in for 4 years, he'd have been good. But no, he did it for a ridiculous amount of years back before they started winning. I mean, I just think that's what these players do, man. I think they get so greedy. And I think that's the problem with Schroeder. He was so greedy that it cost him.
It cost him bad. Yep.
And your boy, what's his name that said back up the Brinks truck? Isaiah Thomas. I was like, man, you were right there, bro. Y'all was looking good. Y'all was like best in the East. And then you made that comment. The media made a big deal about it. And then you got hurt. And that's it. Then he's out the league.
How the hell 5'6" either?
It don't help that he's 5'6", because he's really the guy that stopped Jimmy Fredette from hitting the floor when he's in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And I like Jimmy Fredette. Actually, I know people think, man, he's not that good. He's not. Jimmy Fredette a beast. I think he's a beast. I just think he's in a situation, is he going to get to be able to shoot like that? Because they don't play defense and they shoot. He came in right when they still was playing defense a little bit.
Yeah.
And so he couldn't defend. And so, but now they don't care about that no more. Like it's wide open for a guy like him. But that being said,
I think he's a bum personally. I think he's a bum. I think Jimmy Fredette thinks he's better than what he is. If he just be a spot up shooter, I think he'd have mini life, i.e. JJ Redick.
Okay, what do you think he can't do?
I think he cannot create his own shot properly. I think he's slow. I think he cannot defend. I think he's
really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why I think he's a good player. And this is when I say create his own shot. Let me ask you a question. Can Klay Thompson create his own shot?
No, he's 6'7" though.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Okay, but let me ask you something. When you say create your own shot, what do you mean?
Off ball, be able to separate and consistently get your a clean look.
So if you can create space you mean moving without the ball? You said off the ball.
No, so if he committed to be strictly off ball, I think he'd be fine. I think he'd be JJ Redick. I
mean, that's what I'm saying. I think he's the type of guy that could. And I was a triple threat guy. I wasn't this ooh-wee ball handler. Mm-hmm. I had a quick first step, triple threat, and I was athletic. I could out jump, I shoot, I shot over a lot of people because I was athletic. But the reason I'm saying I think Jimmy Fredette was a good player is because he had handle. He
Yeah,
had a nice handle.
a little handle.
He could pull up off the dribble. He was good at that. He's very good at pulling up off the dribble. And in a league where they don't play defense, he got benched over defense. And they said he couldn't check nobody. Today, it don't matter. Nobody cares about that no more.
But he got a contract as soon as like 2 years ago, like with Phoenix.
I mean, he went over to China and shot like, but he wasn't getting no minutes a couple of years ago. But he went over to China and hit like 80 a game.
Yeah, no, he was going up.
I'm like, you don't just go to China. That's a I think ain't that like a A-level league? I think you don't just go to. He went to China and went off. So I think he can still get on. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna go in the league and do what Steph doing. No, he ain't Steph Curry, but I think he can get 15 a night in the right situation. I believe he could.
He got the same problem your boy Matt McClung got. 6'2" white dude, just a lot of ability, but just not enough to separate.
Matt McClung ain't got that. I don't think he got the skills that
he got that step back three, little separation.
Okay, go back to 2011. Go back to 2011 and look at what that boy did at BYU, man. That boy was special.
I remember. He was sensational.
I was like, man, this dude legit. Like, I felt that way. And so, but I remember he got, like I said, it's situational, man. I mean, a good example, Jeremy Lin. About to get cut, right situation, big contract. Same guy, same game, right situation. Bad situation, you're on the bench, you're about to get cut. I mean, it's just everybody don't have those type of situations, man. I think sometimes you get drafted. A good example, we had a guy named Steve Rogers play for Alabama State back when Bo Kimball was Bo Kimball, right? And Bo Kimball was leading LMU. This guy was, I think, second in the nation in scoring. Steve Rogers. He gets drafted by the New Jersey Nets, early second round from Alabama State. Steve Rogers goes to the camp with Drazen Petrovic and Kenny Anderson. He never stood a chance. Never stood a chance. He wasn't finna make that team. Went up in camp, got cut. You know what I'm saying? But that guy was averaging like 30 points. I mean, he was a legit scorer. I mean, he really was a dog. I mean, he played in Turkey. He was pretty good, but the guy was actually. I knew the night we said it, the night he got drafted, like he ain't gonna make it. Because Petrovic, people don't remember, Drazen Petrovic was that dude.
Yeah, he was nice.
He was that dude. He had Jordan respect. Like, he was a beast. And he went on a tear. I remember. And he was in, and then they had just gotten Kenny Anderson. I'm like, where your boy gonna fit at? He ain't finna play small forward. He was either gonna be shooting guard. He was a good shooter, but he was a penetrator. He was a mid-range guy. So I just think people's games and skill sets is really dictated by the situation. If you're in a situation where you could be showcased and your talent can be used, you take the wrong guy and put him in the right situation, he'll be the right guy. That's what I feel. I think the guys that ride the bench, I played with guys that rode the bench in the NBA, will destroy your ass.
Oh, of course.
And I'm like, well, he can't do that in the league. If you get these guys, so good example, if you give a guy 20 shots a night, they'll get numbers. Most players in the NBA, if you get them 20 shots, will get 20, 30 points a game. They will. Most of them. How many guys gonna get 20 shots?
Maybe. Well, what you saying ain't wrong. I mean, because Ryan Bowen, one of the biggest bums I can remember in the NBA, and Ryan Bowen would give the average person 50 in any men's league across America. Guys like Brian Scalabrine, who did it, he used to play people for money.
We naming guys that got 1 and 2 shots a game. I'm talking about show me where a guy got 20 shots. Usually a guy gets 20. Good example, Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson got 20-something shots in Charlotte and was averaging 20-something points a game.
No, I said I agree with you on that.
And I don't think Captain Jack is that guy, that 20-point a game guy on a good team. He's not.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, is it proficient enough to do what you're trying to do? Is the question.
Yeah, that's why we agree.
Pro-level dude, 20 shots, yeah, he gonna give you 20, like, for sure, no matter who it is. But my thing is too, like, Jimmer reminds me of a cat. I'm gonna try having a show. He's a coach at Jackson State. Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson put up second leading scorer in America my senior and junior year in college. He played at Jackson. I played at Prairie View. And I talked to him on the phone about 3 weeks ago, trying to get him on the show. We just trying to work with scheduling and all that stuff. But next level NBA, you 6'2", 6'3", you ain't super quick.
You gotta be a point guard.
You gotta be a point guard. You can't be a 2. And that's Jim's kind of little conundrum too.
Well, now you can. I think you get guys not 6'2".
But in that era though, it was hard for you to slide in.
Yeah,
so,
you can't do that.
So that's kind of I look at both of those guys the same way.
A good example is Dame Lillard. Dame is a beast, but Dame got in a situation on the team. Your boy Brandon Roy, I think he had just retired or something, and they left him in the game. He started jacking up shots. He was hitting, and that's that. Now he balling.
I coached against Dame Lillard, bro. I coached against Dame Lillard. Like he was nothing in college. From what I saw at Weaver, like we played him in the UCLA tournament. We played UCLA the first day. We lost by like 20 something. That's when I was coaching. And the next day we played Weaver State. We lost by like 6 or 7. Dame came off the bench and he was nothing special. So,
but what I'm saying, he was a good player. That's what I'm saying. He's a great player. I say great now, but because it's confidence. Once you give a guy confidence. And you get him in a system where he can take shots. I'm speaking from experience. Confident, and I'm in a system where I can take shots. I ain't got to look over my shoulder. I mean, you'd be amazed. That's when you can see somebody for who they really are.
Green light.
Know what you got. Yeah. When you 3 shots, come on out.
Yeah,
you don't know what you got. So now you got to be. Now you talking about a smaller percentage of players that can get out there in 4 or 5 minutes and make a difference. Even in the NBA, the average player sits the bench, gets out there, they get 5-10 minutes here, 5-10 minutes in the second half. Yeah, they played 15 minutes, but it wasn't like they played 15 minutes straight.
Yeah.
It was in spurts just to give somebody a breather. That guy he's cold, most guys can't do that. For all my years of playing basketball, most of the guys I know that got off the bench and went in the game and tried to play like that could not do it. But every once in a while, some guy will do it, and they'll be like, well, see, so-and-so did it. Well, he can't do that. Next game, he ain't going to be able to do that. People I came off the bench and got hot a couple of times and hit a bunch of shots and looked good. But consistently do that, most players can't. Not all. I ain't saying all of them can't. But most of the time, guys aren't like that.
That's the nature of the game. You can't have 15 dudes starting.
Well, you can't. I'm saying that's
what you're saying ain't wrong.
That makes my argument I think that makes the argument that you have to be in a system where you showcase your talent. If you're not, like in high school, you're in the wrong high school at a 6A high school in Alabama. That's like the largest high school back when I was in school was like 6A.
Yeah.
You got 400-500 people in one class, right? As a senior. You got out of that 500, you only gonna get 12 guys. Total out of 3 classes. Now you talking about you got to get 12 guys out of maybe a school of 2,000-3,000 students. Yeah. You got to get 12 guys.
Yeah.
So trials, you talking about 100 and some people in there.
Yeah.
And so those guys that make that 12 that make it are really good. And then if you in the wrong system, you could take the guy that ride the bench on that 12, the 6A. Like I had a guy that did exactly.
3A, he could be a monster.
Let me tell you something. We had a guy named Carl. Carl Williams played for West Virginia. He signed with West Virginia out of JUCO. He played behind Brian Williams. Brian Williams was like a top 5 class of 1995 guy. I think Carl was better. But Carl was behind Brian because Brian had all the hoopla and Brian was this guy. Dick Vitale, everybody was dropping his name. He's supposed to be an NBA guy. Went to Alabama, played for Alabama. Carl was like Flash, man. I mean, this dude was so lightning quick. It was amazing. Like this dude, I threw him an alley-oop one time, hit the rim. The ball went to the left side. He reached with his left hand and just grabbed it and threw it in there. Just a straight freak of nature. Strong, built like a damn tight end or something. Strong as hell. Rode the bench. Right? But when get in the game, now the difference between him, he'll get in the game and you can see it. Like, he'll get in the game and go baseline and go backwards on something. I mean, he used to do crazy stuff like that. And been sitting on the bench the whole game. Like, he was that type of athlete. Man,
well, unfortunately, they do the other stuff too, because and I'll make this example. When I was in JUCO, my first year with Stephen F. Austin, I redshirted. And I went to Mountain View College in Oak Cliff, Texas. Y'all know Dallas, Oak Cliff, that is a hard area to be in. So I went to Mountain View College, and this dude ahead of me named Bo. Man, I'm gonna shout out Bo. Bo was one of the most athletic dudes I've seen in my life. And I had hops. I had 40+ inches vertical. Bo had like a 45. he about 6'5", I'm 6'7", and Bo playing ahead of me. And I was just like, damn, I ain't gonna never get ahead of Bo. But when I start to kind of see holes in this game, I like, okay, Bo got all this bounce, but little other stuff he's not so keen on. So because I grew up being a kind of a runt, so like my fundamentals is very high with basketball. And then when I got athletic, it was over. I say around like 18, 19 is when I put it all together. So, you know, I'm 19 years old, and Bo, he was like 21. I believe he's a little older than me. I took his spot after the first game because not only was I a little bit less athletic than him, I knew the game leaps and bounds better than him. And it helped. I came from a Division I program, having redshirted and all that stuff. So I wonder if it's, you know, because I don't put so much a premium just athleticism. What's your overall?
No, I'm not making athleticism all that. What I'm saying is this guy,
that's my
he
question.
was athletic. Not only was he athletic, he went to Wallace in Selma, which is my JUCO, because I knew of him, and I came to where he was a year ahead of me when I got there. Even though I was older than him, I was in Atlanta. I wasn't in school. So by the time I got there, it was my freshman year. He was already a sophomore, about to graduate. Okay. Well, when he was out there, he played the first freshman season and signed with West Virginia, which for a guy who rode the bench behind a guy coming out of Montgomery that didn't have no offers but a JUCO to sign D1 like that after one season, early signing period, was impressive. That's what I'm saying. So this wasn't just he was relentless on defense. He'll really piss you. One of them guys will piss you off on defense. Okay. Relentless, fast, don't want to let you put the ball on the floor. You cross him up, he don't care. He gonna come back the other way. And then if you beat him, he gonna come and probably pin your shot to the glass. He was tough, physical. The only thing I think he wasn't really like a shooter like that. But that was all he was missing. He wasn't like no ooh-wee shooter. He'll get hot every once in a while, but he wasn't like. But outside of that, that was about the only thing he needed work on. Everything else was together.
Okay.
You don't sign with West Virginia being the Big East back then. The Big East wasn't this is the 90s. The Big East was still, you talking about Syracuse, UConn. These guys was winning. That's Khalid Alameen, all them guys. This winning championship. So this ain't no weak ass conference he was in. My homeboy was there. Another dude named Agent Pleasure was there because both of them from Alabama. You can look Agent Pleasure up. Adrian was Adrian led that team to the damn Elite Eight. Gail Catlett was the coach. Carr was on that team, but he was on the bench again. Then he left it with the Liberty and went off. So that's what I'm saying. The right system, a guy can, and I'm just trying to make a point. The right system, if you had a talent. Now, if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. But if you're a good player and you in a system where you in a big school or something, you take that guy, like you said, to a smaller school or to not even necessarily a small school, just where in your position they need a guy like you. Because I was that guy. And I seen that happen where I got in the right system. It was different than if I was in this other system.
I agree with that.
So, but look, man, it's my birthday weekend, bro. I got to go get drunk.
Go celebrate, man. You gave me an hour.
I ain't drunk nothing.
There you go. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. God bless, bro.
Already, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, sub. All right, so yeah, as we land the plane on the show, man, as we kind of we're delving into, I want to answer some of these questions. Thank y'all for tuning in and being steadfast. Should they start Austin Reeves? I think, you know what? I think yes. I think Austin Reeves is a guy who tries hard. He plays hard. He plays the right way. Sometimes he plays a little bit out outside of his skill set, but I think for the most part he plays within himself. He's one of our best shooters on the team. So yeah, I think they should actually. I think he'd be good to go with that talent that we have with the starting rotation, but that would mean probably moving LeBron to the 4, which I don't love that. Yeah, because then I don't love making Austin Reeves a 2. I think he's a 3. I would say theoretically I like that just from an implementation standpoint. I wonder how that would fare. But I like his mind. I like how he plays. He doesn't need the ball to score. And he plays discipline. So I like that makeup being in the starting lineup. Let me say that. SKC says either you or Sub can revamp a subpar team of your choice as a GM. Which would you choose? Couldn't be the Lakers. No, good question. One team I would say I would like to have my hands on is Orlando or Charlotte. Orlando. Now, I like Bol a lot. I think Bol has a cap on his style of play because he just has a very, very wispy body. So I don't think the ceiling is high as some people think with Bol, but I think that he looks damn good. You got Pablo Banchero. You got a lot to work with that young nucleus. So I would love to have my hands on Orlando if I could. Also, and then you got Mo Bamba as well, who I think just, he needs the right situation. So I would like to have my hands on Orlando. Also, Charlotte, obviously, with LaMelo Ball and the rest of the gang, I would love to have access to that because I know what LaMelo can do. I know what he is. And that kid is the kind of kid that can just spark the engine that is other players' motor and just make them go so far. So I would love one of those two teams. Thirdly, let's go to the Western Conference with team I wouldn't mind trying to revamp the Rockets. Houston Rockets going to be a good basketball team in 3 years. They just are. And I hate it because I hate the Houston Rockets. Being a Houston native, I know that sounds funny, but they got a good nucleus there. And I know they're losing. It's because, you got a young coach and Coach Silas. You got Jalen Green, super young, KPJ, super young, Kenyon Martin Jr., super young. It's just a young team. I don't know why they ain't bought out your boy Eric Gordon yet, but give them 3 years. That's going to be a really good team. I just think Jalen Green is going to be a superstar, more likely than not. So those three things I would love to have my GM cap on and be able to be the curator of. A good question. I like that. But D-Lob says Shannon Sharp can't wait. Yeah, Shannon Sharp with his fly-by Laker fanship, he likes to kind of delve into do some toe-you-so stuff where he be all over the place. I mean, whatever. One thing I am as a Lakers fan, I don't take well to y'all LeBron James transplants. It is what it is. It is what it is. But okay. All right, so we've been going an hour and 18 minutes. So I guess I'll end the show here unless somebody wants to come up. Let me drop the link just in case you want to come up and say, who sub you was tripping? The Lakers. Anthony Davis ain't going to be that hard. Hey, y'all didn't give Anthony Davis enough kudos. Let me open it up right now. So if you want to come up here and talk about the Lakers' current situation, come on up or forever hold your peace. So I did bump the goal up to 5 contributions, so we're 3 deep if you want to. If you like the product, you don't have to. Just the like button's enough. Hit the like button, that's free. Because I like doing these, man. I like to delve into what's going on with the current NBA landscape because this is a very interesting year. A team who a lot of people put the Lakers being very high. Me as an actual fan, I said no. This is not a good basketball team. So now that we kind of turned the corner a little bit, we are threatening to approach 500. I want to update because I don't want to just always say, yeah, I was right. I want to give you the update. So this is the update where we are right now. Anthony Davis has started ripping stuff up. But again, we won 8 games, 3 of which against the Spurs that we beat them. So I'm not going to beat my chest on that, but I would acknowledge good basketball play. So, all right, so I see we have no takers. That's okay. All right, so till next time, y'all hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to do this again next week. We're going to try to get my guy Dane Irvin on, scout for the the Phoenix Suns. We're going to try to get on the show with my guy Between the Game Sports. We're going to do a show as well. We'll let you know what the title of the new series that we're going to start making. And y'all see me this Saturday. I will be covering the SWAC championship with Jackson State and Southern University. Thunder, thank you for always being here, brother. Thank you for being a loyal member of the channel. And the next time, what I'm going to leave y'all with? What I'm going to leave you? I'll leave you with some LeVar and Dame. No, and LeVar and my boy C. Hendo. I'm trying to get C. Hendo on the show. C. Hendo interviews all the celebrity, sports entities and stuff because he's real big on that. I'm trying to get C. Hendo over here, man, so we can share some games. So, till next time, thank y'all so much. I'm out. Peace.
Shout out to Hoop Shark, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Shark. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Shark.
Man, I'm here with my man with Hoop Jargon, the best in the game, man. And I only let selected few in my circle. And this is a real dude right here. We gonna get down with the get down.